I brought scary, disgusting animals. Now, Kirsten. Yes, I do have a skunk. But bad news. The skunk was 12 years old and just died last year in December. So, not really bad, but it died of old age. It didn't die because I mistreated it. Today I brought only reptiles. Okay? And the reason I bring reptiles, or mostly reptiles, to my shows is to teach you that they're every bit as important to the outside as any cute furry animal you can think of. Like kittens. Because you know what, Caitlin? I don't see people go out of their way very often to hurt kittens in their backyard. I do see people go out of their way to sometimes hurt reptiles. When someone sees a snake slithering through the grass, they'll often go out of the way to kill it. They'll run it over with the lawnmower. They'll run into the garage, they'll pick up a shovel, smush. Or they'll just step on it. So I want to teach you guys not to like these animals, but to respect them. I want to teach you that if they're not bothering you and they're far enough away from your property, if they're not a danger to you, you should never, ever, ever go out of your way to hurt them. Okay? So we're going to learn about animals people like to call ugly, mean, poisonous, dangerous, scaly, slimy, gross, disgusting, repulsive, horrific, nasty, horrible, terrible, evil, bad, vile, menacing, no. What's so funny, Kendra?
You got the fence?
You listen to the past. Slow your ears down. I'll tell you what, you guys. Last thing I'll tell you, then I'm going to open the box. Kirsten, you know the animals don't bite. Never bit you before, have you? No. And you're not going to bite the animals, are you? Hey, guys. Don't pet these animals somewhere else without asking. In other words, let's say you go to the pet store and you see an animal that looks just like one of the animals that comes out of these boxes. It doesn't mean they're going to be as friendly. These animals are amazingly friendly because I do this for a living. I raise them from the time they're little hatchlings in the case of live birth that are born, so they're very, 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 very extra, very infinity, very friendly. They're not going to hurt you, but somewhere else these animals can be very dangerous. I have animals here that can kill you, and I'm not trying to scare these little kids, but you know, you can buy some of these animals at PetSmart for $99. You know what? A python is cute when it's 15 inches. It's not cute when it's 15 feet swallowing the family dog and children. So, even though you might find one of these somewhere else, same size, same color, might have the same name, doesn't mean it's going to be as friendly. Here's wait till you see how big this snake has become. It is now well over 100 pounds.
Oh my God.
It is 13 and a half feet long. Now, how does a 115-pound snake fit in here? Well, as you know, snakes kind of go like that. I feel sorry for snakes. They're very important to the outside because they eat a lot of rats and mice. They're the only predators able to squeeze in holes in the ground this big. And not only eat rats, if they chase underground, they can eat every one of them they find in the nest, okay? So they're very important to the outside. They also remove, talking about scientists, they remove the venom out of the venom glands of a snake. They make heart medication, diabetes medication, psoriasis medication, hemophilia medication, painkillers. These are medicines that save people's lives every day. If you take away all venomous snakes because you fear them, certain people wouldn't be able to take their medication that saves their lives. So those are just two examples as to why they're important to the outside. All right, this is Chiquita. Chiquita I've had since she was a hatchling. She's one of the biggest snakes in the world. When she's done growing, she'll be over 25 feet and can weigh as much as 400 pounds, maybe even heavier. This is Chiquita. And I'm just going to drag her out of this box, and she's just going to keep going, going.
I see that.
Hold on. You're over there.
Unreal.
That's a snake.
Oh my God.
Okay, by the way,
I have
Kate,
goosebumps really bad.
this thing would eat a kid. Now hold on, Kate, but I don't feed this thing live food. Let me explain. This is a carnivore. It eats mammals. It does not eat any vegetables. As a matter of fact, this snake, you won't find them crawling through your backyard. This is a Burmese python. They live in Southeast Asia and Indonesia. In fact, where your husband is, Shelley, is where where you can find some of these. They're found in southern China. They're also found in Vietnam, Thailand, Borneo, Java, Sumatra. I don't think you're visiting those places or camping in those places anytime soon, and that's a good thing. You know why? Even though there's not a drop of venom in this snake's mouth, it will kill you faster than a cobra or rattlesnake. Let me explain. I don't care how strong you are, how big you are, how bad you think you are. You are not strong compared to this thing. This is all muscle, from the tip of its snout all the way to the end of that tail. It's pretty much one big giant muscle. And Dr. Brady Barr of the National Geographic Society just did something no other human being has ever done. He measured the amount of force or pressure in a python this size squeeze. In other words, how the bite force in an animal's jaw can measure. Well, now they can measure the squeeze force in a python squeeze. It's comparable to having a 9,000-pound school bus on top of you. That's how much pressure this thing can exert with its squeeze. So I don't think you're going anywhere. Unless you can pick up a 9,000-pound school bus, mister, I don't think you're getting this thing off your neck. Very dangerous snake. Look at him stick his tongue out. He's not blowing kisses. He's hunting for food. When he flicks his tongue across the ground, he brings in chemical sense to a specialized organ at the roof of the mouth called the Jacobson's organ. It tells him exactly what he's smelling, not tasting. He wants to know if there's food in this crowd. He knows you guys aren't food. In fact, this thing can smell his food from 5 miles away. So I think he knows the difference between the food that he eats and the girls and kids sitting 5 feet away from him. All right, what color is he?
Yellow.
Yellow. He's not supposed to be yellow and white. In fact, if you look at those bark chips in that landscape there, he's supposed to be that color. But this thing hatched albino. The reason he wants to be that color is so that he looks like leaves and bark when he's slithering across the ground. If he looks yellow when he's a hatchling, he looks like a banana. What do you do to a banana after you peel it? You eat it. What do you think animals do to snakes that look like bananas? They eat them before they ever have a chance to grow up to be a big snake. You never make it in the wild. Bird of prey, a cat, whatever. You'd see him, catch him, kill him, and eat him before he had the opportunity to grow up to be this big. You guys are going to get to pet him. He's not going to bite. If you want to pet the head, that's fine too. Now look at this. Isn't this amazing? An animal with very poor eyesight. He basically doesn't rely on his eyes at all. He can barely see. He has no ears to hear with, no hands, no feet, no arms, no legs. Yet this thing is every bit as efficient at taking down his prey as any bear, any wolf, any tiger, any shark. That's amazing. And I'll tell you, Kirsten, I want you to come up first. We're going to take a picture of you. I want you to sit right here, facing this way. I'm going to wrap you up in the snake. Is that okay? Okay, cool. Just put your arms up like this. It's kind of like wearing a seatbelt. No big deal. You know when you go on one of those rides in Great America, they kind of do this? Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to wrap them around you. All right, now Kirsten, put your arms like this. Okay, here we go. One here, one there. There you go. Hug the snake and get a picture. Look at that. Clap for Kirsten, you guys. That's awesome. That's a cool picture.
That is a very cool picture.
Send that to Grandma. She'll love it. All right. Now, you can see that even though I wrapped this snake around Kirsten, it's not squeezing her. I just wrapped it around her. Okay? It does not squeeze unless it eats. In other words, it would bite first and then wrap around you. If you just wrap it around you, it's not going to choke you. But I'm going to have everybody come up. If you guys want to pet him, come on up and pet him. Kirsten, can we leave him around here a ways for a couple minutes?
Ashley, Cassie, let's get your picture. Come on. It's okay. Ashley, Cass, it's all right. Go ahead. Hold Kendra's hand. You're fine.
I don't want to.
No, they need to drag him now.
Isn't he cool?
Ashley, what do you think? Go up there, I'll get a picture and I'll send it to Daddy in China,
It feels
okay?
like the skin of a grapefruit or an orange. It's
No?
not slimy.
Okay.
Is he slimy?
What do you think, Cass?
No, you're probably slimy than the snake.
Okay.
Isn't cool? He's all muscle.
You gonna pet?
Not too hard.
Look, you gotta touch him. Don't let him. He doesn't rip. He's squishy.
Hey, check this out, you guys. I want you to look at the mouth. Look at this neck. I can put my fingers. It's gonna be elastic like a balloon or a rubber band. Look at that. So he goes from this to that, which allows him to swallow things much bigger than the circumference of his neck or his body. Did you pet him? Just a little bit at a time.
Couldn't carry it to the backyard.
If anybody doesn't believe me that this thing's over 100 pounds, I'll let you pick this box up and bring it to my truck. I'll let you do that, okay?
Will you give us $50?
I'll give you 100,000.
Are you serious?
If Kendra can pick this thing up by herself, carry it to the thing, she'll bring it back.
Careful,
tell
Kendra's
them.
pretty strong. You know
The
that.
question that I'm going to answer is, it doesn't look like these animals can breathe in these boxes. They better be able to, because if they can't, they'll die. And I'll have to change my name to the Traveling World of Dead Rotting Reptiles. The fact is, I drill the air holes underneath the handles, the lips of the lid, all the way around. So they can breathe just fine. The reason I don't drill air holes down here, sometimes I fill these up with water. What if the snake went to the bathroom? I don't want it leaking all over my truck. I don't want it leaking all over somebody's house or even their driveway. So what I do is I drill the air holes underneath here. That way the animal can breathe.